Look, I am not the dramatic type. Really. I have seen 3 solar cycles as a communications officer aboard the Federation scout vessel Whisperwind, and in all that time, the most exciting thing I witnessed was Captain Krynn accidentally ejecting his lunch into space. Twice. So when our scanners lit up like a festival display while we were mapping the outer bend, I figured it was just another malfunction. Spoiler alert. It was not a malfunction. Officer Talm, my second, a nervous little Quillian named Pip, practically vibrated at her station. We have 17 contacts inbound. Unknown configuration, I sighed, tapping my mandibles together in that way my clutch mother always said made me look annoyed. Pip, run diagnostics. The scanner array has been glitchy since we passed through that ion storm last week. Already did. 3 times. She squeaked, her feathers puffing out. Talm, they are real, and they are coming fast. Fine. Okay. I pulled up the tactical display, and my 3 hearts collectively decided to relocate to my throat. 17 vessels, each roughly the size of a heavy cruiser, burning toward us at speeds that should have torn their hulls apart. The energy signatures were all wrong. Too hot. Too aggressive. And the ship profiles? Nothing in the Federation database matched them. Get me Captain Krynn. Now. Our esteemed captain arrived on the bridge still chewing something. He took one look at the screen, and his face went from purple to a sickly green. By the ancients. Pirates. If they are, they have upgraded significantly, I muttered, pulling up enhanced scans. The lead vessel was massive, all sharp angles and brutal efficiency. It looked like someone had taken a knife, dipped it in violence, and decided to make it fly. Sir, we need to jump out of here immediately. Agreed. Helm, spin up the drive and... The ship shuddered. Hard. Every console on the bridge screamed warnings simultaneously. Red lights bathed us in an extremely unhelpful glow while alarms competed to see which could rupture my auditory membranes first. They have locked some kind of field generator onto us. Pip shrieked. We cannot jump. We cannot even move. Krynn made a sound I will not repeat in polite company. Weapons. Sir, we have a Class 2 pulse cannon and optimism, I said flatly. Against 17 warships, I recommend we go with the optimism. Before he could respond, every screen on the bridge switched to the same image. A face. Not Quillian, not Vraxian, not any of the 47 Federation species. This being had smooth skin, bilateral symmetry, forward-facing eyes, and the kind of smile that suggested it knew exactly how terrifying this whole situation was and found it hilarious. Attention, Federation vessel. The voice was smooth. Too smooth. Like oil poured over gravel. You have been classified as acceptable stock. Surrender your ship, your cargo, and your crew, and we will make your deaths relatively quick. Oh wonderful. We had stumbled into a KRYNN raiding party. The KRYNN were not technically part of any government. They were what happened when you took the worst impulses of a species, removed all the inconvenient morality, and gave them guns. Lots of guns. They raided fringe worlds, took slaves, and generally made the galaxy a worse place just by existing in it. And we had just won the worst lottery in known space. Krynn stood up straighter, which I had to admire even though it was utterly pointless. This is Captain Krynn of the Federation vessel Whisperwind. We are a scientific survey ship on a peaceful mission. We have nothing of value to you. The KRYNN laughed. Actually laughed. You are value, little captain. Quillians fetch decent prices in the rim markets. As do Vraxian navigators. We will be boarding in approximately 4 minutes. Resist, and we will vent your atmosphere section by section. The screen went dark. Pip was hyperventilating. 2 other crew members had gone completely catatonic. Krynn sat down heavily in his chair, looking every one of his 60 cycles. Well, I said, because someone had to say something. This is suboptimal. Talm, do we have any options? Krynn asked quietly. I checked every system twice. The field generator they had locked onto us was incredibly sophisticated. Our weapons were laughable. Our shields could maybe stop a particularly motivated insect. We had no reinforcements within 3 days of travel, and even if we sent a distress call, it would take 6 hours to reach the nearest Federation outpost. We had nothing. No, sir. We have no options. Krynn nodded slowly, his feathers drooping. Then I suppose we meet our fate with dignity. I was about to agree when Pip made a strange noise. Wait. I am picking up something new on long-range scanners. Something big just dropped out of FTL at the system edge. My heart sank. Let me guess. More Krynn? No. Pip stared at her console like it had personally offended her. The signature is completely different. It is not in any database. The ship is. I do not even know how to describe the size. It is massive. And it is accelerating toward us. Fast. On the main display, a new contact appeared. A single ship, burning toward our position like an avenging comet. The Krynn must have seen it too, because their lead vessel suddenly hailed us again. The same face appeared, but this time the smile was gone. Federation ship, identify your reinforcement immediately. I pulled up what little data we had. The vessel was enormous, easily twice the size of the largest Krynn ship. Its energy output was off every scale I had. And the design? It looked angry. I have no idea what that is, I told the Krynn honestly. The transmission cut off. On tactical, the Krynn fleet was reorganizing, turning to face the newcomer. Weapons systems powering up. This was about to get extremely interesting, or extremely fatal. Probably both. The new vessel did not slow down. Did not hail. Did not do any of the sensible things you do when you encounter 17 heavily armed warships who are clearly in a bad mood. Instead, it did something I will remember until my last breath cycles out of my body. It howled. Not metaphorically. Not through some poetic sensor interpretation. The ship actually transmitted a sound across every communications frequency simultaneously. A raw, primal scream that made my bones vibrate and my survival instincts demand I flee immediately into the nearest dark hole. What in the name of all that flies was that? Krynn whispered, gripping his chair so hard his claws left marks. Pip checked her console with trembling hands. It was just sound, sir. Pure audio transmission. No message, no data, just that noise. That was not a greeting, I said slowly, watching the tactical display. That was a declaration. The Krynn apparently agreed. Their lead ship opened fire first, launching a full spread of plasma torpedoes that could have vaporized our little Whisperwind 3 times over. The mystery vessel did not dodge. Did not even deploy defensive screens. The torpedoes hit dead center and exploded in a beautiful, terrifying light show that briefly created a miniature sun in the void. When the sensors cleared, the ship was still there. Completely undamaged. Still accelerating. Okay, I said to nobody in particular. That is fairly impressive. What happened next occurred so fast that our computers had to replay it in slow motion for me to actually understand it. The unknown vessel split apart. No, wait. Not split. Sections of its hull simply opened, revealing row after row after row of weapons batteries that looked like they could crack planets. And then it fired. All of them. At once. The space between the mystery ship and the Krynn fleet turned into a solid wall of light. Kinetic rounds moving at relativistic speeds. Energy beams that made our sun look dim. Missiles that moved like they had personal grudges. The first 3 Krynn vessels simply ceased to exist. Not destroyed. Not exploded. They were there one moment, and then they were superheated plasma the next. Holy ancestors, Pip breathed. The Krynn fleet scattered like frightened schoolfish, but it did not matter. The mystery ship moved through them like a blade through water. Its targeting was surgical. Precise. Every shot hit exactly where it needed to hit. Engines. Weapons. Life support. 4 more Krynn ships went dark, drifting and powerless. The remaining 10 tried to jump to FTL. I saw their drives spinning up, reality beginning to fold around them. The mystery vessel fired something different. A pulse of energy that rippled outward like a stone dropped in still water. Where it touched the Krynn ships, Their FTL drives simply stopped working. Just shut down completely. They just disabled jump capability across the entire battle space, I said, my voice embarrassingly high. That should not be possible. That requires power output that would drain a small star. The KONN were panicking now. I could see it in their erratic movements. They fired everything they had. Hundreds of weapons. Enough firepower to level a continent. The mystery ship tanked it all. And kept coming. By the time it reached the KONN formation, only 6 enemy vessels remained combat capable. The mystery ship positioned itself directly in their center, and then did something that made absolutely no tactical sense. It stopped firing. For exactly 5 seconds, there was silence. Then every remaining KRYNN ship received the same transmission. The screens on our bridge picked it up too. A face appeared. Smooth skin like the KONN, but different. Softer features, but with eyes that held absolutely zero softness. Hair the color of rust. An expression that somehow conveyed disappointment, anger, and satisfaction all at once. This is Captain Rourke of the human warship Defiant Howl. The voice was calm. Terrifyingly calm. Like discussing weather before obliterating someone. You have been classified as slavers, pirates, and general annoyances to civilized space. We received a distress call, estimated we had about 6 minutes before you started doing terrible things to innocent people, and decided that was unacceptable. A human. I had heard stories, of course. Everyone had. The newcomers to the galactic stage. The species that looked at a problem, ignored 3 centuries of established tactical doctrine, and then solved it anyway through sheer stubborn refusal to accept reality. But stories were different from watching one of their warships casually dismantle a KRYNN raiding fleet like it was a training exercise. You have 2 options, Captain Rourke continued, and I swear I saw the hint of a smile. Option 1, you surrender immediately. We collect you, document your crimes, and hand you over to Federation authorities. You probably spend the rest of your lives in unpleasant prison facilities. The KONN lead ship spat back something that does not translate well into polite language. Right. Option 2 it is then. Rourke nodded like he had expected exactly that response. Defiant Howl, weapons free. Leave enough debris for identification purposes. What followed was not a battle. It was a demonstration. The human warship dismantled the remaining KONN vessels with such casual efficiency that it bordered on insulting. Precise shots that crippled but did not kill. They wanted survivors. Witnesses. In 90 seconds, it was over. 17 KONN warships had entered this system full of confidence and cruelty. 17 drifting wrecks now tumbled through space, their crews either dead or desperately screaming for rescue they would not enjoy. The field generator holding us released. Our systems came back online. Captain Rourke appeared on our main screen, looking directly at us. Federation vessel Whisperwind, this is Captain Rourke. Apologies for the mess. Are you undamaged? Do you require assistance? Krynn opened his mouth. Closed it. Opened it again. No sound emerged. I cleared my throat. This is Officer Talm. We are undamaged. Confused. Possibly traumatized. But undamaged. You received our distress call? We did. We were running patrol exercises about 2 light years out when it came through. He smiled then. Actually smiled. We do not like slavers much. Humans have strong feelings about that topic. Historical reasons. I can imagine, I said faintly, which was a lie because I could not imagine anything anymore. Thank you, Captain. We thought no help was coming. Well, Rourke said, his smile widening just a fraction. Humans are funny that way. We show up in the strangest places. Usually Howling. You folks need an escort back to Federation space? Yes. Please. That would be excellent. As the massive human warship positioned itself alongside our tiny scout vessel, Pip leaned over and whispered, Talm, remind me to never, ever make humans angry. I watched the Defiant Howl glide through space with the easy confidence of something that knew exactly how dangerous it was. Pip, I said quietly, I think that might be the smartest thing you have ever said. And somewhere in the distance, I swear I heard that howl again. Echoing through the void. A promise and a warning all at once. Help had come. Humanity had arrived. And the galaxy would never be quite the same.
Hello everyone. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to support our channel. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. We regularly upload amazing, informative, and entertaining content just for you. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to bring even better content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to our growing community.